Hey folks, a very mild December evening across the valley. Temperatures are still right at our normal highs for this time of year. 75 is the normal high, and we're within a degree or two of that pretty much valley-wide. 73 Raymondville, Harlingen, 75 Port Isabel. You know days like this can't last forever this time of year, and they're not going to. It's going to change big time late tomorrow. But between now and then, it's a warm, humid night. Temperatures bottoming out near 70. Patchy fog's possible, but a little more of a wind tonight, kind of mixing things out. So not as much fog as what we've seen some of the last few nights. And then tomorrow, we climb back up in the 80s, but just to the north of us is that front that's due late in the afternoon into the early evening hours from west to east and northwest to southeast across the valley. That front comes through, temperatures are going to tumble, and it's just going to stay cold for a few days. Look, tomorrow's high, the normal 75, are going to be 86. And then look at that, 48, 47. Temperature is going to go down all day tomorrow. And that 48, it could be colder than that by afternoon. Readings are going to be in the 40s, but maybe the low 40s by the end of the day. And then we don't rebound on Thursday. We stay just as cold. And with that north wind, light rain and drizzle, it's just going to be a couple of very messy winter days across the valley. And Friday, we see a little improvement, but not a lot. I think Friday could certainly start just as messy with maybe some brightening of the skies late in the day. Now, satellite doesn't show much going on across the area now, but let's watch Future Track, shall we? Tomorrow starts with a lot of clouds, and then we kind of see a mix of sun and clouds. Isolated showers try to break out ahead of the front, but I don't think we'll see much until the front gets here and behind the front. So tomorrow afternoon, still another very warm afternoon. But then tomorrow evening, front comes in, let's say between 6 and 8 o'clock, something like that. Earlier in the west, later in the east, and you have to give or take an hour or two on that. With it, a few showers. Can't completely rule out a rumble of thunder or two indicated by the yellow, but I think mainly it's just rain and wind and just nasty, and it's just a cold drizzle. This is Wednesday at 1 p.m. Nothing changes. Let's go to Thursday about the same time. Nothing changes, and we end up just staying rainy and damp all the way through the forecast period. There's the front now, 35 in Dalhart, but it's in the 70s in the southern part of the state. The front moving across the state. Behind it, clouds are forming. Big upper air disturbance to the west gets in the mix. Ultimately, front's knocking on the door tomorrow afternoon. It's through tomorrow evening. Say goodbye to the warm weather for a while. We don't see any more. And look at this big area of just nasty winter precipitation in West Texas. Some of that gets relatively close, but mainly over in Mexico and the mountains to the west of us. Some of the models indicate maybe even up in the ranch land some wintry precipitation late Thursday into Friday. But for us, temperatures here stay probably in the low 40s, so it's hard to get into that wintry stuff in here, but it'll be close. 69, partly cloudy with some patchy fog tonight. Tomorrow back to 86. Front comes in late, could trigger a thunderstorm, but more just light rain and drizzle. And look at that, 48, 47, lows 44 and 43. We're showing some late day sunshine on Friday. I'm losing confidence in that pretty quickly. I think we may end up with clouds all day Friday. And if that's the case, it won't get to 61. We'll stay in the 50s again, but sunshine does return over the weekend, 71 and 73. That's your very chilly, updated First Warning 5 forecast. Brandon.